Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know
He did it.
you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it.
It's more deeper questions that I be wanting to know. Like, why were you so infatuated with a child that wasn't yours? Were you grooming that little boy?
But when they tell me you want to take me shopping, what the is the matter with this?
This is classic.
Trapped in a maze of secrets, betrayal, and buried truths, the glossy surface of hip-hop conceals a storm. And now, one voice is ready to blow it wide open. Behind the flashing lights, billion-dollar deals, and chart-topping fame, there's a darker rhythm pulsing through the industry, one few dare to confront. At the center stands Diddy, more than a mogul, more than a name, a symbol wrapped in power, legacy, and something far more dangerous.
Everybody report to the dance floor, because we're going to count it down together. Get your drink. We're going to enjoy this life to the fullest. We're going to have fun tonight. I love y'all, so get next to who you want to get next to and get ready to count it down. Yeah, let's go.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing, man? You good?
It's great.
You alright? How you enjoying this?
You
good? You alright?
You out here?
Yeah, hell yeah. Let's do it.
Good.
That way. How you feeling? What's up? Talk.
You gotta be me. You just gotta be you.
That's it.
You
You heard
everybody
it.
else.
Nah, you ain't even gotta say no more. You just gotta be you. That's it.
We out here, man. Puff Fam, you know what it is. Happy New Year. 2018 terminology status like the fat boy we in.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That way. Talk to me. What you trying to do for 2018, my brother?
2018, man, I'm just trying to win, get more money, more success, man, black excellence, man, we just trying to do it.
That's what I'm talking about, man. We gonna win.
I'm all about my business, baby.
Okay.
I'm all about my business.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about. That way. We here live.
As lawsuits and serious allegations close in, a new twist has surfaced, and it comes from none other than Diddy's longtime rival, 50 Cent. For years, 50 has been dropping cryptic hints, teasing a hidden truth. But this time, the focus isn't just on Diddy. It's on his own son, Justin Combs. And now, that long-buried secret may finally be rising to the surface.
Your relationships in Hollywood.
I don't call him gay. I said.
Let me read it, Fifth.
Oh my God.
Sorry I can no longer help you guys. Soon you will all be gay and happy. You are all now left under leadership of Puffy Daddy. Report to the nearest rainbow. Dinner Thieves in theaters January 9th.
That's why he says things. He doesn't even know what he's saying is like fruity. You know what I'm saying? Like, he says something fabulous and he goes, yo, but me and you, we ain't party. Like, we need to party. What is he talking about? That's the kind of stuff. When people say that to me, I get a little uncomfortable. I get uncomfortable. Like he said something to me one time, a long time ago, at Chris Lighty's wedding. He told me he'd take me shopping. I looked at him like, what'd you just say? Let me move, man, before I do something. You're gonna make me mess up the wedding.
Oh, that's a nice gesture.
Let me get out. No, you should take me. That's what a guy says to a girl.
What could be so explosive, so unthinkable that even the fearless 50 Cent kept it buried? Until now, as Diddy's empire trembles under the weight of lawsuits, accusations, and whispers turning into roars. 50's latest revelation lands like a match to dry gasoline. Is he uncovering a long-hidden truth? Or just throwing fuel on the flames of a decades-long feud?
I have a responsibility to behave a certain way, according to them. You know, and look, if I didn't have an award-winning director doing it, if I hadn't put the right people in place to produce it properly, I would understand why they would question or doubt anything. You know? But you go to the 90s, and Keefy D said he paid him to kill Tupac. So look, like, you get the craziest accusations. You had TMZ created a docuseries, they went to Tubi, but the series is saying the downfall of Diddy, and he hasn't even been arrested yet. Yeah. So where is the downfall? You mean the downfall of his credibility? Because nothing else fell yet.
Yeah, we think stuff will fall possibly.
Yes, it's a bad situation, but it hasn't happened yet. So how could you document it when it hasn't happened?
Yeah. So
that's forecasting it.
That's true.
Predicting.
That's true.
Rewind to the early 2000s, a golden era for hip-hop. 50 Cent and Diddy were both dominating the game, two titans shaping the sound and culture of a generation. Their rivalry was loud, competitive, and personal. But no one could have predicted just how far it would go, or how dark the path ahead would become.
Queen. I'm Southside Queen. D-Dot did that to me. He got on my record and said, Brooklyn style. Niggas thought I was Brooklyn. Since then. The original 50 Cent is for Fort Greene, right? Like when I was choosing a name that, you know, the rap and shit, there was so many other rappers out there had names like gangster names like Pablo Escobar or none of those people would even say what's up to you if you seen them somewhere, so I wouldn't take that name. So I took a name from the hood that passed, that was gangster, you know, so, you know, through me, that name lives on. We selling crack on 130 bro. Usually everybody you see around me like the G Unit, they used to, you know, before we started rapping. They like me in the hood because they know what I'm saying is actually going on. They know in the rhyme, when I'm rapping, they can pinpoint the incidents. Oh, we talking about this, son. Oh, you talking about that shit we having with these. You know what I'm saying? So they start to feed into me more in the hood. But in the office, that was a
It began as a clash of titans, rival empires, colliding egos, and two powerhouse visions vying for control of hip-hop. Diddy, the magnetic force behind Bad Boy Records, ruled with charm, power, and a reputation that demanded both respect and caution. Opposite him stood 50 Cent, raw, relentless, and unapologetically bold. He rose fast by calling out anything fake, soft, or corrupt. And, at the top of his list, Diddy.net.
Price of life, I grew up at the price of life is cheap. So, if you got the money, if you got the bag, it's gonna happen. When you drop it, it's a go. So tell me who is oh, you think I won't drop the bag? That's what you think?
Nah, look, hey.
You got to be kidding me. Like, that's the easiest thing in the world.
I'm just asking.
And then you say, and you got to get, and I got the team. I got to come, it's stronger than linebackers. My lawyers got a crew.
I
front line stronger than that.
You know, if you punch somebody in the mouth, they like, yo, I'm up. Like if you punch me in my mouth, I'm up. I'm up. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm all the way. Let me tell you, I'm all the way up. And guess what's gonna happen? Once you punch me in my mouth, I'm gonna get my man Terrence, K.O. Lewis. I'm gonna get him to punch me in my mouth because then I want to get double the money. But I'm gonna say you did all of it.
No, because it ain't gonna matter. Because I'm gonna take the same kind of money that you would get and get it to the homie and go shoot you, yeah? Couple times.
With his own empire solidified and legacy secured, 50 Cent still isn't letting go. His feud with Diddy hasn't faded, it's transformed. And, now, he's made a claim unlike anything he's ever dared to say before. One that could change everything.
About P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right? I know
He did it.
You've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now. And then no one was, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out like crazy. I mean,
but I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated to a degree.
So was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day? Obviously, I know what was going on there, but is there a reason you never did?
I'm just not with all that freaky all of the stuff that he's doing. I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say basic or normal. You go into the 90s and Kiki D said he paid him to kill Tupac.
Yeah.
So like, you get the craziest accusations. You had TMZ created a docuseries. They went to Tubi, but the series is saying the downfall of Diddy.
You're one of the first persons in entertainment to really call out people and kind of have that authority in that, to be able to call people out. I mean, which is pretty amazing. You're kind of, in some ways, draining the swamp of Hollywood.
Yeah, I don't have a support system. I don't have a support system of peer group of artists that I require to do what I'm doing. I've had to be on my own.
50 Cent peeled back the layers in his People interview. It became clear, this wasn't just lingering music beef. According to him, Diddy's empire wasn't built on talent alone, but on manipulation, control, and deeply buried secrets. And now, those shadows may even stretch into Diddy's own family, including his relationship with his son.
Okay, I got you. But Misa, what was the issue between both of y'all? Because you was telling me about how she put the blame on you, right? For starting a rumor about how, Justin dad was Wolf. And she made a comment saying that, the reason why you started that rumor was because you was mad that, she didn't pay you back some money she owes you, $250 or something like that.
Yo, Mighty.
it was $750. But I didn't start the rumor. I let that shit go way back then, Mighty. Mighty, people don't understand this, is that I never quit my job as a New York State parole officer. I never stopped working for Elite Investigations. I ran 3 housing complexes. I never stopped giving parties with Slick and the family. You understand? I never stopped being the bodyguard for K. Slay. I never stopped being over Chaz Williams' Black Hand Security. I had more money at the time than China had rice. When I was playing around, Mighty, I bought my house in '99. Do you hear me? I bought my house in '99, Mighty. Misha was supposed to pay me every week based on how many days I worked for, 3 days, and then she went ghost on me. I was like, yo, what's happening? I'm calling her, man. Yo.
He dropped it like a loaded whisper. A truth he's allegedly carried for over a decade, one that no one else dared to say aloud. 50 Cent's words were precise, cutting, and heavy, with implication, and they left one chilling question echoing in the air. Is Diddy hiding something about Justin?
Suge Knight, he got a new podcast out, man, and he leaked a picture of him playing with Diddy's son Justin when he was a baby. And I remember you telling me that you used to babysit Justin. What was your reaction when that picture leaked online and it went viral?
Now they see the pictures. Man, I'm excited, man. These are some things that I spoke about, you and I talked about. And I can remember some of the comments people were saying that I was capping and lying and, you know, I was making up things and he's just saying things for his book sake. So to see Suge saying some of those things and pictures prove everything. You know what I mean? Y'all can't edit. We know who that picture is, or if you don't, you know, the main people that should know definitely know who it is.
Yeah, we see the pictures now. So when she would come to LA, she'll be messing around with Suge?
Well, you know, I guess I could say mess around because it was a little smaller stand where you know, Misa was coming down to see Suge. And like I said, as I said, I spoke about it in my book, Stranded on Death Row. She would come down there and there was a time with her and Mary. Mary and her hung out a lot back during that time. And, you know, during the time of Faith coming down there, you know, almost around that same time, maybe a little bit before Faith came down, she was in the midst of, you know, being there first. She was there first. She was around first, absolutely.
Diddy's arrest shattered the polished image. He spent decades building a Pandora's box, ripped wide open. Suddenly, the glitz was gone, replaced by a storm of suspicion. And right on cue, 50 Cent stepped in, seizing the moment to drag long-buried allegations back into the spotlight. After all, he'd been dropping warnings for years, hinting at Diddy's lifestyle, secrets, and the darkness behind the shine.
Man, that nigga name freaky, man. I look at his kids and everything. It's more deeper questions that I be wanting to know. Like, why were you so infatuated with a child that wasn't yours? Were you grooming that little boy? I don't even want to start those conversations because that's not your child. You know what I'm saying? And for you to keep him that close, it's like you kept him that close because he might got your secrets because he's not your child. So if he's not your child and you that type of person with that type of character, you don't mind actually doing it to him when he finally reaches a certain age because he's not yours. And you know in your mind he's not yours. And now you keep him real close to you. You make sure he don't go to his daddy. Why? You make sure he's separated with him and you provide him with everything he wants. Why? You got one of them little Michael Jackson secrets. He got one of them secrets that he can't tell nobody because his legacy, I mean, his manhood gonna be, and not only that, his brother don't gonna look at him crazy. Only Puffy know, only God and Puffy know.
Quincy, right?
With a relentless wave of lawsuits and accusations crashing down, Diddy's once untouchable image is in freefall. Allegations ranging from misconduct to abuse have piled up, each one chipping away at the empire he spent decades building. Now, the legacy he crafted stands on shaky ground.
The nigga Pop was like, yeah, like first he was amping him to get stopped. Then he was like, yo, when we gonna get the chance to, you know, to kick it, like we could just hang out, nigga. We gotta kick it.
This is
Pop.
Okay.
He telling me we gotta kick it and shit. And he was like, yo, why don't we like go shopping or some? I'm I mean, like, I paid for it. And I was like, what the fuck this nigga just say? I got the from him because I was like, this nigga. Wait, this nigga just tell me he take me shopping. And this is it goes on. But there's your little fruit pile. It's a fruit pile. It's a fruit pile. Trust me. You see these little weird ass pictures and shit like that out there for no reason. You don't see accident pictures of me like kissing niggas. Like that doesn't happen by accident. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Look. Later you gonna find out a little I be saying be real. Do you understand what I'm saying? Man, listen, I'm trying to tell you the truth. But the truth, sometimes it hurts. Right. It hurts people and they don't want to hear that. But I'm trying to tell you, ask me, could he take me shopping? And it me up because I'm looking like, what the fuck did this nigga just say? I want to take you shopping. I got a bankroll out this mother. I want to take you shopping. Why? Because when you walk around looking so mother good, I'm gonna feel like, God damn it, that mother with me. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do. But when they tell me you want to take me shopping, what the is the matter with you?
Even more alarming, Diddy now appears to be walking an eerily familiar path. A newly filed 31-page lawsuit on Thursday introduces fresh allegations, this time involving both him and his son, Christian Combs. The plaintiff, a former yacht stewardess, claims she was harassed by Christian during a 2022 trip aboard a vessel owned by Diddy. The case includes audio clips where she's heard clearly rejecting his advances. Evidence her attorney has already turned over to NBC News, deepening the troubling narrative surrounding the
In one corner, the disgraced hip-hop impresario under federal indictment for a laundry list of shocking crimes. In the other, his nemesis, ready to cash in on Sean Combs' misfortune.
Hey, Diddy, man, you think Michael Jackson...
Puffy's latest legal battle has reignited one of rap's biggest feuds.
Wanna be ballers, shot callers, brawlers.
Between Diddy and Fitty.
According to the lawsuit, the woman left the recording studio to continue her duties, but Christian reportedly followed her, asking for a place to rest. She directed him to a cinema lounge, but instead of settling down, the situation escalated. The suit claims he became aggressive, blocking her exit and behaving inappropriately. She resisted until another person reportedly intervened. Included in the filing are photos of bruises on her forearm, said to support her account. What's most unsettling, the behavior described mirrors past allegations made against Diddy, raising troubling questions about a deeper pattern. And now, 50 Cent isn't just throwing jabs in interviews or stoking old rivalries. He appears to be building toward something far bigger. A revelation, he says, could shatter everything the public thinks they know about the music industry's most powerful player.
Real soon. And of course, that's what's happening. It's unfortunate that stuff like that happened to people. I know y'all believe in that Illuminati stuff. I don't believe in Illuminati. I'm gonna tell y'all up front. And y'all say now because the powers in the be is not protecting Puffy is the reason that these people are coming out and suing them. No, that ain't why. Because now once you pay out people, and that's why when he paid out that judgment, the next day I told him that was bad. Because when attorneys would take on cases and say, hey, this dude paying out this quick, he'll pay us $1 million right quick, or $300,000, whatever, if he wants stuff to go away. And you know, I'm sure those insurance companies that he has that mainly y'all don't know is the one that be paying those things out. I try to educate y'all on is usually your company insurance companies that pay them out and make the decisions when you have the business insurance or the businesses, you have the different type of insurance that make you pay out the things. Because by the time you have all the different lawyers and stuff involved, it's just as quick to settle a case. So that's unfortunately is what's happening to Puffy. Everybody's gonna come out of the woodworks suing him. I'm not trying to say that he don't deserve any of these lawsuits. I don't believe about Meek Mills. I'm a Meek Mill fan. I don't know what happened. I noticed when he talked about it though, Meek Mills didn't deny it. like I said, I don't want to believe that that is true, but I'm one of those like y'all. When they don't say you motherfucking crazy, I ain't never did no like that. Then there's usually some smoke with that fire, and so I'm not up here saying Meek Mills was involved in that thing. I'm not saying Usher. Yeah, you know, or Justin Bieber and all of them. Puffy gonna turn out to be our modern day. Oh, y'all about to get mad. He gonna be our modern day Michael Jackson is what Puffy turning out to be, in my opinion. That's my opinion only. I know black folks get mad when we say Michael was doing that stuff, but I believe Michael like doing things with little boys as well. That was my opinion. Y'all asked me how I know.
What about Justin? Though he stayed silent through the chaos, his name continues to swirl in a storm he never asked for. Still, the unanswered questions remain, and 50 Cent's cryptic accusations serve as a reminder.
I just want to say this before we get started, Art, is that, you know, a lot of people think I came here to bring a black man down. And that's what I hear in the comments a whole lot. But it was nothing like that. You know, a black man didn't cuss a dead man's mother out. A black man didn't set his friends up and put them in a situation where they couldn't come home to their families no more. A black man didn't reach back and help the people that helped them make it up the ladder. It was Puffy. You know what I'm saying? I got tired of Puffy going on different platforms talking about how he loved the people that we was all with, how he loved the people that helped him, when in fact, none of that stuff was true. So my whole thing about it is, man, I appreciate your platform for letting me, you know, voice my opinion. And like I said, opinions like an asshole. Some of these cats out here get paid for their asshole. I get paid to give my opinion.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I mean, yeah, you just on here giving your opinion, man. I mean, you was one of the people that was real close to the situation, so why not?
Thank you, I appreciate that.
So with that being said, right, the last interview me and you did was a day after the raid. And when you look at everything now, man, how you feel about everything? It's been like a week, you know, you knowing Diddy, you being around Diddy, could you ever imagine that his houses would get raided for sex trafficking?
Bruh, you can't imagine no stuff like that. You understand? You can't think that, because back then, he wasn't Brother Love. He was Puffy. All the way up until he became Diddy. So his behavior over the years has changed. And the behavior that he shows now, and that he has shown by being Brother Love, I couldn't imagine that the police would be raiding him for sex trafficking? Nah, bruh. I couldn't imagine that. You know.